Hello, this is Brandon from Galaxydoc Market. Today is June 20th, 2024. It's about 1:52 p.m. as I bring you this real quick chart analysis. I'm not going to do any in-depth earnings analysis or anything like that. What we're going to do, however, is to go over the daily and go over the 130 minute as well as the weekly chart to see what the picture looks like for CarMax, which reports earnings tomorrow morning. Now, this isn't something that I'm advocating anybody to go out and front run or anything else. You make your own decisions, but I am going to show you some attributes about this stock, why it deserves your attention. Post earnings, pre earnings, it is tomorrow. Reports earnings June 21st, pre market. All right, so let's go. Disclaimer, pause and read it. If you agree, please move forward. And of course, my shameless plug about our X.com, Galaxydoc Market. I am determined to grow this channel over there at X.com. So please follow us. Lots of great content. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna do a very cursory review so that you can make your own decisions up. But I do want to show you something that there is a bearish divergence. I know that these CarMax has been trying to have an uptrend, right? Trying to have an uptrend, but really is failing right at these levels at these levels right here. And you can see a clear-cut delineation and failure at this 130-minute chart. Now, we have a negative divergence on the RSI. So from this top-down approach, that's absolutely what is going on. We've got, some bearish curling moving averages, especially the ADMA. Here's the green one. And then that light green is the 100 SMA. And they're all crossing over in a bearish fashion. So that really is a negative appearance, right, on the 130. Of course, the 200 SMA is way above. The price is below that 200 SMA, which is bearish, folks, right? We have some contraction in the Bollinger Band that's forming. And of course, the biggest volume is on the sell side so far as we look at it. So if we scroll down, realistically, we have a negative divergence on the MACD, and we haven't had the MACD cross yet, but also the CCI is negatively divergent. We have negative divergences on the stochastics. So this stock looks like it may be wanting to roll over. And of course, it's a 130 minute time frame. So the PPO ADX is in a bearish formation. So let's compare that to daily as we go. All right. Now, as far as looking at the accumulation distribution, it has been distributing. It's at a negative divergence. And then we got the ATR basically at the lower end of the range. It has been trying to break out. So when you draw this line right here, we've been trying to get up higher. So if it starts to break out, that means that's just a range expansion that we're expecting. What does the daily look like? Let's quickly look at the daily. On the daily, it looks like the RSI is stalling out over the shorter period. But if you go back, especially when this rally has occurred here, we've been having just some sort of a negative divergence that's forming. Again, we have an issue of this downtrend trend line is causing rejection off of those levels. And then we have the confluence of these moving averages right here. It really needs to get below that if it's going to have some bearish movement. There is a nice support on the daily, and trend is your friend a little bit. Since May, early May, we've been finding support at these areas. The question is that is this enough of a range for you to want to participate in? I mean, we're at 72, right? Near the 72 range and down to the 62. I think realistically, if the earnings news, which is probably going to be bearish. I mean, there's not a lot of expectations on this stock to the upside. They've been really taking it on the chin, and the consumer demand destruction play. This is what this is. All right, let's go really look at what's happening with the MACD histogram divergence. We don't have a MACD crossover, but the CCI is negatively divergent. We have a stochastics that's ready to roll over and is negatively divergent. And of course, on the daily too, just like 130, we're beginning to form this bearish PPO ADX divergence, right? And so that is telling you that possible movement is to that level. And of course, we've had, accumulation distribution wise, it has been negative I mean, it's been distributing, right? You can kind of say that maybe we broke out of this channel. We'll see. Okay, is there accumulation going on at these bottom? Well, time will tell. But this is what the daily looks like. Of course, on the daily we have we've been having a attempted rally as we showed you, right? But it's basically rejecting off of this intermediate term downtrend line. So I guess what we're trying to see is, can we have any type of a bullish upside? Okay, it looks to me more like it's at the that upside is at the bottom end of the channel on the ATR and it's ready to break out. If it breaks out, it means we're going to do the opposite, right? Start moving down. The other thing is on this KMX, we have a nice little on the weekly kind of this bullish flag formation, right? Right here. So it's not 100%. There's a lot of times it will break above, but the question is it going to be able to break down? I know we popped a little bit over here in this area, but is it going to be able to break above to that level and then start targeting this 200 SMA, or is this going to start moving lower after the earnings? Okay, now on the weekly there is some positive news. When you look at these, RSI is negatively divergent, obviously, right? But on the MACD, we have some histogram positive divergence, and then of course CCI is positively divergent, and then we have a little bit of the stochastic. And now these moves are getting started, so it may take some time. I just think that it's very possible, because the 130 minute and the daily is negative. Okay, let's see what the PPO-ADX is telling us. PPO-ADX is trying to form this bullish cup formation on the PPO-ADX crush indicator, which is a bullish pattern. It's just that it's not worked out yet. So this will get even more pronounced as the stock price moves down, and then maybe it'll develop this right here. So overall, this thing looks fairly bearish on the shorter time frame, 130 minutes and the daily, but the weekly looks like it's forming some divergencies here. Accumulation distribution is near the end of the range, right? And we got this end range here, and maybe dip down a little bit lower before it goes higher. We're at the basically bottom end. So if it starts to break out, this means that this is going to be to the upside. So this is something that you may want to keep, especially if you're looking for some breakouts or oversold bounces. This will be a key component to it. It all depends on their inventory and what the consumer's behavior is. This is part of my consumer demand destruction play. And so I do believe that there's going to be some negatively biased price movement. Obviously, for you gamblers out there, it's up to you if you want to front run this. But I think it's just like Winnebago, which reported earnings this morning, you're going to have some opportunities, whether you front run this or not. What I would say is that this is a bearish setup in the stock charts, but just be mindful that on the weekly, it is beginning to recover a little bit. It's showing you some divergences. It's not going to happen tomorrow per se. But a negative earnings report and a negative price movement will make this more bullish going forward. So that's what I've got for you all. Only one word, folks: consumer demand destruction hashtag. You can follow that on the Twitter or x.com. Okay. And, basically bottom line, car dealerships are hurting with depreciating, overpaid, and increasing inventory in their used car lots, and new car dealers for that matter as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. Follow us at Galaxydoc Market at x.com. Like us, share us, above all, comment, good and bad. We like it all both, okay? And thank you, and subscribe, okay? We love our subscribers. If you want to learn more about our community and want to belong in there, we are running some special social media packages for those of you that think our packages might be a little bit out of your price range. Email me. That's how you're going to find out. And let's get some alpha. Thank you.